Today people are asking Catholics are asking the question today, when will they do away with confession? You know, the priest says Mass facing you since 1960. The Vatican Council was called in 62. These rules came into effect, I guess, 65, 66, whatever. He faces you, it's in English, things are changing, and so when are they going to do away with confession? I've never heard anybody say, when will they do away with marriage? When will they do away with the Eucharist? No, it's confession. I think they're asking the wrong question. The question should be, does God really love us so much that He would give us such a gift? If nothing had been said in the Bible about confession, it would still make sense psychologically. When we do something wrong, you know, you got to get it off your chest. You got to get it off your chest because it bothers you. We're human. And don't tell me, Father, you don't know what you're talking about. Thank God that He appointed priests to your confessions and not angels. An angel will never understand me and you. But when you come, no matter what you say, I understand because I'm human. Temptation, I know all about that. You cannot tell me anything I don't know about. Because I've lived the same kind of life, you know. I mean, I'm exposed to the same dangers that you are. So, thank God that He gave that power to a priest. And I tell people all the time, listen, you pray that you never get a perfect priest to be your pastor. Oh, Father, why you say that? Because he would never understand you. A perfect priest would never understand you. Does it make sense psychologically? Yes, it does. I want to give you an example. On June 2nd, 1950, I got on the train at Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans to come to Lafayette to be ordained a priest the next morning at 8 o'clock. I was a deacon. I had dressed like this with a black coat on, and the seat next to mine was vacant. A gentleman came and he said, Father, you mind if I sit next to you? I said, no, that's fine. And the train started moving and he started a conversation. He said, you know, I'm not Catholic. Well, you know, we Catholics wear a medal saying, I'm a Catholic in case of an accident, call the priest. There was nothing that said, I'm a Protestant, don't call the priest in case of an accident. But he says, Father, you know, although I'm not Catholic, I really admire the church and priests. That was in 1950. And I'm about to be a priest. You can't about imagine how it made me feel. That here's a non-Catholic. He admires the church that I belong to, and he admires the priests in which I will serve for, I didn't know how many years, but it'll be 59 years come June 3rd, see. So, he said, but I myself could never be Catholic. I said, why not? Oh, he says, Father, I couldn't, there's no way I could go tell my sins to a priest. I said, well, why couldn't you? Oh, come on, Father. So you don't think I could go to you and tell you? And he told me everything he had ever done wrong in his life. It was the most beautiful confession I had ever heard. I wasn't even a priest. And I said to him, I said, you know, if you were Catholic and I were a priest, he said, you're not a priest. And I said, don't worry, I'll be one tomorrow. I would not say a thing to anybody. I had never seen the man before, I've never seen him since, but I guarantee you, once he unloaded, he felt better. In 1956, when I came to St. John's Cathedral from St. Peter, New Iberia, you looked through the yellow pages and there were psychiatrists. There were 3 in Lafayette. When you go home tonight with nothing else to do, look at the yellow pages again, see how many psychiatrists they have in Lafayette. Bishop Sheen said that when Catholics gave up confession, the psychiatrists, they thrived. Because you got to, if something bothers you, you got to tell somebody. I don't know why people are afraid to tell the priest at confession. They'll go tell a psychiatrist, and there's a clock, and after an hour, the bell rings, and then the hand is out for the check. $7,500 an hour. You go to confession, it's free, and you receive absolution. See? Are we not at peace? And you know, remember, I'm human like you are. When are we not at peace? The only thing that can disturb our peace is breaking the relationship between me and God. And the only thing that can break that relationship between me and God is sin. And when I sin, when you sin, when we sin, we feel bad. And you're a good man. You wouldn't be here today if you weren't a good man. We really want to try to do the right thing, and then we sin. And the relationship is shot. We had such a great relationship, and then it's shot. The peace is gone. And He had come to give us the instrument that could reconnect us with God and continue to give us that peace that we had enjoyed before we sinned. One of the greatest gifts that Jesus left to the world and gave to the church is the Sacrament of Reconciliation. How can any Catholic ask, when will they do away with it? Do you want the church to do away with confession? No. Can the church do it? No. The church cannot do away with any one of the 7 sacraments. They are gifts from God, and we cannot. There's no way that we can do away with God's gifts.